Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The Bloodline saga has been a staple in WWE programming for over 4 years. The story started when Roman Reigns made his return to WWE at SummerSlam 2020 and has been going on ever since. The Bloodline saga closed its latest chapter when Roman Reigns defeated Solo Sikoa on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix to become the undisputed tribal chief. Ever since that victory, the OTC has only appeared in the men's Royal Rumble match, where he was eliminated by his War Games partner, CM Punk. WWE veteran Tommy Carlucci, in conversation with Vince Russo on the Behind the Turnbuckle Studios channel, shared his thoughts on the current status of Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. While there has been no confirmation of Roman Reigns' Elimination Chamber status, it will be interesting to see where the Tribal Chief fits in the puzzle for WrestleMania 41. The original Tribal Chief was last seen at the Royal Rumble PLE, where he was eliminated by CM Punk from the 30-man match. The night didn't end there for the OTC, as he was then stomped brutally by his former Shield brother, Seth Rollins. Reigns had to be helped out of the ringside area, and on commentary, it was announced that he had been injured. The SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis may provide further updates on the health of the head of the table on tonight's episode of SmackDown. He might let the fans know about Reigns going through medical procedures and if he will be able to compete at WrestleMania. With WrestleMania 41 fast approaching, fans are hoping for a speedy recovery of the Tribal Chief. Reigns has main evented 4 WrestleManias back-to-back in last 5 years. It'd be a shame if he missed this year's show. For nearly 4 years, the Bloodline was the most dominant force in WWE, led by the undisputed Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. From crushing top-tier superstars to holding championship gold for record-breaking reigns, the faction redefined modern wrestling. But now, in a shocking turn of events, the Bloodline storyline has seemingly been abandoned after Roman Reigns went on hiatus from WWE. A veteran wrestling insider recently explained the situation, confirming that without Reigns, WWE officials have no clear direction for the faction. With the Usos in turmoil, Solo Sikoa asserting control, and no Roman in sight, the once powerful faction is crumbling before our eyes. Reigns' return in 2020 at SummerSlam saw him embrace a completely new persona, a ruthless, calculated leader backed by Paul Heyman. Shortly after, the Usos aligned with Reigns, forming the Bloodline, a faction centered around their Samoan heritage and a pledge of absolute loyalty to Reigns as the Tribal Chief. The group quickly gained power, winning championships and decimating anyone who opposed them. Roman's 1,300-plus day title reign became one of the longest and most dominant in history, while the Usos became the longest-reigning WWE Tag Team Champions. At its peak, the Bloodline was an unstoppable empire. However, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and the Bloodline was no exception. The first real cracks formed when Sami Zayn joined the faction in 2022. Though he became an honorary member, Zayn's loyalty was constantly questioned by Reigns, leading to his shocking betrayal at the 2023 Royal Rumble. Then came the Usos' rebellion. At Night of Champions 2023, Jimmy Uso superkicked Roman Reigns, a move that sent shockwaves through the WWE Universe. Soon after, Jey Uso followed suit, choosing to stand against his cousin rather than follow his rule. By SummerSlam 2023, the family was in complete disarray, with Jey leaving WWE and Jimmy acting as a rogue agent. Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa, a silent but deadly enforcer, began taking matters into his own hands. WrestleMania XL was supposed to be Roman's ultimate moment of dominance. Instead, it became his downfall. Despite every trick, every interference, and the Bloodline pulling every dirty tactic in the book, Roman Reigns lost the undisputed WWE Universal Championship to Cody Rhodes. For the first time in years, Reigns was dethroned. And then, he vanished. Following his WrestleMania loss, Roman Reigns went on an indefinite hiatus, leaving WWE with a massive void to fill. Fans wondered, would Reigns return to reclaim his throne? Could the Bloodline survive without its leader, who would step up in his absence? A veteran wrestling analyst recently spoke out about the situation, revealing that WWE has effectively abandoned the Bloodline storyline after Roman's departure. Roman is out, and with him gone, WWE has no idea what to do with the Bloodline. They tried to move forward with Solo Sikoa taking charge, but it hasn't been the same. The faction lost its leader, and without him, it's falling apart. That's why WWE is pulling back on the storyline. With no Roman Reigns at the helm, WWE has struggled to keep the Bloodline's momentum going. Solo Sikoa has attempted to take control, but his leadership has only fractured the group further. Here's where things stand for the remaining Bloodline members. Solo Sikoa, now the self-proclaimed leader, Solo has become more aggressive and unhinged. He brutally removed Paul Heyman from the Bloodline and has been making ruthless decisions without Reigns' guidance. Jimmy Uso, once a loyal soldier, Jimmy has been cast out by Solo, left wandering on his own with no clear direction. The Usos, Jay and Jimmy, no longer together. Jay Uso has completely moved on, now a singles competitor on Monday Night Raw, leaving Jimmy in limbo. Without Roman uniting them through fear and control, the family has completely disintegrated. The biggest question looming over WWE is whether Roman Reigns will return to reclaim his throne. There have been rumors that Reigns is using his time away to focus on personal ventures, including Hollywood projects. If true, this could mean a much longer hiatus than expected. However, WWE knows the Bloodline is one of their greatest storylines ever, and it's hard to imagine they'd let it end without a proper conclusion. Another interesting rumor involves Jacob Fatu, the real-life cousin of the Usos and Solo Sikoa. A dominant force on the independent wrestling scene, Jacob Fatu could be brought into WWE as a new leader, potentially rebuilding the Bloodline in his own image. If WWE plays it right, Jacob could become the new tribal chief while setting up a massive showdown with Roman when he eventually returns. Solo Sikoa's future. With the Bloodline crumbling, Solo Sikoa is at a crossroads. Does he continue to rule in Roman's absence, forming a new version of the Bloodline? Does he completely abandon the faction, seeking a new identity outside of his family's legacy? One thing is clear, Solo's character is evolving into something much more dangerous. While Roman's exit left WWE without its biggest heel, it also gave Cody Rhodes the opportunity to fully embrace his role as the new top babyface. Now that he holds the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody has become the company's leading man. If Roman does return, a rematch between the two could be the biggest money match in WWE history. For nearly 4 years, the Bloodline was the heartbeat of WWE, redefining storytelling and dominance. But now, without its tribal chief, the faction is falling apart. With WWE seemingly moving away from the storyline, it appears that the Bloodline, as we know it, is over. However, in wrestling, nothing is ever truly finished. If Roman Reigns returns, it won't just be about reclaiming his title. It will be about rebuilding his empire from the ground up. And when that day comes, WWE will never be the same again. What do you think? Is the Bloodline truly finished, or will Roman Reigns return to reclaim his throne?